my toy friends, it's me Gayla, back with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you all my Jellycat collection. So I'm actually going to go over to my filming area where I stage my pictures from Mercari and do a bunch of clips and show you everyone. So I hope you enjoy. Remember, the world's a better place with you here in it, and you matter. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you're at, and please enjoy my Jellycat collection. Starting off my Jellycat collection is this cutie. I do not know what this one's name is, like what their official Jellycat name is, but this one was sent to me by Sarah at her Instagram is Sarah's Vintage Toys 1980. Got a nice corduroy jacket and a printed body. So I really need to look up which one this is, but it reminded me of the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, and she was so sweet to send this one to me, and I love him so much. He's a great shelf sitter too. Next up, we have this Amusables ice cream cone. He's got a little bit of something. Sorry about that. I honestly can't remember where I got this one. I don't remember if it was thrifted or if I bought it online or if someone sent it to me. So if this was a gift from someone, I'm so sorry. I honestly cannot remember. But it's so cute, and the reason I like this one so much is because it looks like a Muppet. Like the food Muppets in the Swedish Chef segments. That's what it looks like to me. So I love this little one. Next up, we've got my two Bashful bunnies. These are the medium size. We've got Shadow. I'm not sure what their names are. I think this one might be called the Dutch bunny. I'm not sure. But this is Edgar, and this is Shadow. Shadow is like a gray, but with a little bit of beige to it as well. Edgar here is named after Edgar Allan Poe, and I also made him this little bolo tie because I just felt like he needed a little bolo tie. And Shadow also has their name tag. They're just really sweet. I also had the white Bashful bunny, or the cream, but I gave that one to my daughter. So she has that one. And I also had the large beige Bashful bunny, and I gave that one to my son, my youngest son. So those two bunnies are no longer with me, but they are in my house. My children have them. Another Bashful is this sweet friend. I thrifted him. You can see he's very, very well loved. I don't know what this one is called, if it's just the Bashful Bear or if it has another name. You can see its fur is this very nubby kind of texture, but I don't mind it. They're just so sweet and floppy and worn and loved, and you know, I love my worn out looking teddy bears so much. So yeah, I just thrifted this friend. I haven't given them a name yet, but they are a very sweet companion. He's been out of the house with me a couple of times. Next up is this medium Bashful, I want to say cream and black puppy is what it's called. I'm not sure. I love his little spot. You know, he reminds me a lot of Snoopy, just in his overall appearance. He's just a sweet, good boy. This is also the medium size. And I also thrifted this one. So this is Wasabi. Wasabi is one that I purchased new at the florist shop near me. There's only 2 stores that sell Jellycats within like 50 miles of me. He is the small Bashful apple bunny. What a mouthful. But I named him Wasabi because he's the color of wasabi paste. And these small ones, they really are the best size to carry with you. If you need like a covert stuffy to fit in your purse or your backpack, they're perfect. And someone pointed out that they're a good size for your larger dolls, the scale. So that's also nice if you're thinking about getting one, maybe for your doll photography. I love that they have a white tail. They're just really sweet. Just a sweet, fun little friend. And of course, after Apple, I purchased Bartholomew Bear. He's really just the star of the show. Easily my favorite. I love him so much. So he came in his Christmas pajamas when I bought him, and I do have a video of a while back of me purchasing him. He is just, oops, sorry. He is just so sweet. I love him so much. How many times can I say sweet in one video? I hope you're not taking count, because that's probably embarrassing. He's just the best. He's such a good companion. And he's quite cuddly to be, you know, a smaller plush. He's only about 12 inches. I've made him his little name necklace. Yeah, I love how his head is kind of tilted to the side a little bit. It just gives him a really genuine kind of look, you know, like he's really endearing looking. Yeah, he's just the best boy. Next up, we have Diller the crocodile. Diller was a Mercari purchase. I talked about that a little bit in my most recent thrift haul. It wasn't the best experience, but he's here now. He's had a bath, he's been on some adventures, and I love him dearly. So he is the corduroy crocodile, but I thought he looked more like an alligator because of the shape of his nose. It's not quite as narrow like crocodiles, it would be more like that. Alligators have more round heads, and I'm in South Mississippi. There's a lot of swamps, a lot of alligators around here, especially out where my dad lives. They would occasionally come up in the yard. So I'm not necessarily afraid of alligators, just like any other wildlife. As long as you keep a safe distance, you know, you don't have anything to worry about. Leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. He actually has a printed on tag, which is kind of unusual. Most of mine have the embroidered tags. And his name comes from a street in my town. I thought it would be fun to name some of my Jellycats after streets in my town. So I have Diller, and then I have one other named after a street. But he's a fun little guy to tote around. His texture is really interesting. I've had corduroys in the past, and I haven't kept any of them. I put those in my shop, but I really liked him just because, you know, I like alligators, and he's just kind of a fun, quirky little addition to the collection. So here's my second Jellycat that's named after a street. This is Earl Taylor. I named him that. I really like the street, Earl Taylor. It's got these adorable little houses on it, but it just seemed like an old retired or like an older blues player kind of name, and that's what this plush is giving. So he's not a Bashful. He's a charming Dante puppy, I think is what he was called. I've actually purchased him on eBay. I don't buy things on eBay very often, but I saw this I almost said Webkins. I saw this Jellycat in a video done by Ken's Plush or Ken's Dolls. They have two accounts here on YouTube, and I just fell in love. I just needed this one. His shape is really interesting. He's got a really squishy belly, but he's also very floppy because he has beans. And his fur, I don't know if you can tell, his fur is like a lattice kind of design. You see the little diamonds? Just really neat. And the color is a bit brighter on camera. He's kind of a chambray color. Just really interesting. And he just seemed like, you know, a blues man. And Mississippi is the home of the blues. And I just thought he looks like an Earl Taylor. He's just my sweet older man and such a good friend. And I'm really glad that I got him, even though I almost paid what some of my retail jellies were for him. He was a bit more. Most of my other ones are thrifted, but he was totally worth it. And he's a retired one, so that's pretty much the route you have to go if you want to get one for yourself. But 10 out of 10, definitely worth it. Next up, we have my Bashful. I don't know if he's a Bashful pony, Bashful horse, but this was a thrift find. This is Ford Pinto. And yeah, while I might not normally choose one of these in a retail setting, he was just so charming. And he's really giving me Quick Draw McGraw vibes. Like, that is what I think of when I see him. And I really love Quick Draw and Huckleberry Hound. Those, you know, like country cartoon characters. I loved the Hillbilly Bears growing up. I just enjoyed that so much, you know, because I'm from Mississippi and we're kind of Hicks. I just love him. He's a lot of fun, you know. Normally outside of My Little Ponies, I'm not really like a horsey kind of girl, but I just love this friend. He's just quirky. His fur, his mane is kind of like a suede material, and I really love all these spots, especially the one on his eye. A lot like a cow print, honestly. But yeah, this is Ford, and I think he brings something a little different to the collection. Last up is my most recently thrifted Jellycat. This is Sherry Sheep, and I found her just last week. I was desperately digging through the plush, at a local thrift store, and I was just begging, like, please, please let me find a Jellycat. I just want to find a Jellycat so bad. And in the very last, very back corner of the plush shelf, there she was. And she had her tags, which I had to remove to wash her because she had some stuff in her fur. She was a little dirty. But now she's all clean. And I just love how interesting she is. She's, you know, a lot different from like the Bashfuls and the other Jellycats. It would seem like this fur is really coarse, but it's actually pretty soft. I just really like it. And I had seen her in videos of people Jellycat hunting, and I always really liked her. So I was so excited to find her because she is one that I would have liked to have gotten. She didn't come with this bow. I added it. It's like a baby bow, but I just thought that was so perfect for her. And I love that her fur is a different shade than the rest of her body, kind of like a real sheep. She's just, I don't know, her expression is really silly. She's just a really unique Jellycat, and I really like her overall look. You know, it's just different, something different for the collection, but it's not necessarily like off-putting. Like, I also thrifted, I found one of the birds, you know, the really fuzzy birds that look like ostriches or emus, but they have that like wild fuzzy hair, and I left that one for somebody else just because that wasn't one I was interested in getting. And I kind of feel bad, you know, just buying up all the Jellycats and being greedy, and it wasn't one that I was crazy about, so I left that one for someone else. But I love Miss Sherry. I love her so much. And I think it's neat that she is named Sherry. I mean, Jellycat's a UK company, so they probably weren't thinking about this. But Sherry was the woman from the Lamb Chop show. You know, she did the voice and the personality for Lamb Chop. So I don't know if they had that in mind, but that's what I thought of. I loved Lamb Chop growing up, and I love lambs and sheep. I just think they're really sweet, and I just love her. She's so fun to look at and mess with her fur here. Well, I am an absolute liar because I turned around and up on my shelf was Miss Penelope Poodle. She is the Swelligant Poodle. I found her back in May, and she still has her tags as well. She is so beautiful. I just love this crazy hair. It's so fun to mess with. And I love her eyes because they look like vintage plush, particularly the Dream Pets that were made by Dakin. She is just something else. So, yeah, I had her up on the shelf. She's definitely more of a shelf sitter than a cuddler, but I just love her look, her style. She's giving Devil Wears Prada boss vibes to me. I was so excited to find a Jellycat with tags. So her and Sherry, both of them were thrifted with their tags, which was so amazing. So if you collect Jellycats, definitely check your thrift stores because it is possible to thrift them. I don't find them frequently, but definitely one every couple of months for sure. I found 2 in May and 1 this month. So it's definitely worth checking. But yeah, I love Jellycats so much. I hope that you have enjoyed seeing my collection. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!